Hi, I'm John Laurenti, and I've been friends with musician-playwright Greg Paquette since we had our first jobs in Boston well over 40 years ago. What I'm going to do is give you a quick tour of The World in Blue. The World in Blue is a post-apocalyptic musical written by Greg. It's set around 210 years from now. The story, which is propelled by a charismatic cast of eccentric characters, takes place in an archipelago with 3 major islands that, because of their remote location, were spared from a nuclear war that had occurred just over a couple hundred years earlier. After the nuclear war, a few cruise ships of survivors made their way to these islands to meet up with the indigenous occupants. After around 200 years, the skeletons of their decaying vessels now litter the harbor and often appear as a backdrop. The indigenous people eventually tired of the uninvited guests and abandoned the 2 main islands in favor of a smaller but more resource-rich island. The 2 larger islands were divided as the result of a civil war that took place in the 10 years prior, resulting in the First World, Second World, and Third World. Welcome to The World in Blue. Despite a tenuous 10-year truce, the First and Second World's armies still have skirmishes in the Third World, who trades with and supplies both. The discovery of oil in the bogs poses a threat to the already unstable peace. As we listen to the world leaders and their dialogues, it becomes clear that most want peace and prosperity for all, and that those that want war are in fact creating it and profiting from it. Costumes, sets, and props have a long ago and far away feel, as they have no modern manufacturing. Their technology and weaponry resemble those of medieval times. The Army's main weapons are bows and arrows, stones, slings, and catapults. The songs evoke emotions and advance the characters' development while engaging the audience to the plights of the singers. This dramatic work contains tragedy, comedy, betrayal, love stories, espionage, assassination, and redemption, but ends with a message of hope and unity. A variety of musical styles as diverse as the characters are incorporated, ranging from rap, hip-hop, rock, classical, world music, pop, country blues, R&B, and folk. Now, around 10 years ago, while I was hanging out with Greg, he whips out his laptop to show me the script and play the original recording of the soundtrack. And I was absolutely floored. I said, Greg, I've been programming radio for over 25 years, and nearly every one of these songs could show up on a top 10 list. The soundtrack is like a greatest hits CD, and the story is insane. If you're interested in making The World in Blue a reality, please request a soundtrack and a treatment from Greg Paquette at me.com. That's Greg Paquette at me.com. And thank you.